We were here in 2018 and I allowed you had a big event ahead of you to organise, but it's not half as big as the one you have now. What have you let yourself in for this time?
We've landed the big one, Paddy. At very short notice, due to changed circumstances, we as a committee were approached if we would take on the organising of the World Sheepdog Trials. Initially, straight away, I had to make phone calls to the people I would count main players in the last committee, and very quickly everyone decided yes, we're on board for this. Next step, of course, was to go and approach Bill and James Porter, who are the owners of Guildhall Estate, and I must admit they jumped at the chance to have the Sheepdog Trials back in Guildhall again. Thankfully it's fresh in our heads as to what we done the last time. Of course every one of the committees back on board, but this time obviously with a much larger scale event we're having to look elsewhere, so we've dragged a few additions in to really, I suppose, bolster up the already super committee we have in place. So it's just to make it that bit bigger and better for everyone to come to the event.
And so what kind of stuff are you finding that you have to work on now in preparation, even though it's like slightly over a year away?
Yeah, well, first things for us was to get the necessities in place. Grandstands, that was the first thing we jumped on straight away, and we're using the same grandstand people as last time round. So that's the things we looked at straight away. Also, of course, we do know who done well for us last time round. We are using the same fencing contractor. We're using a lot of people we used the last time, the same haulage people. Of course, most importantly, the same sheep for the semi-final and final. We're having Frankie McCullough's sheep back for that finale, and I've no doubt they will be super. And again, a good test for dogs, which ultimately will produce the World Champion Sheepdog Handler 2023.
And the lovely thing this year is a little bit special for Ireland in that we're going to have the World Trial here, this big super event. We're also going to have the International then, and it's going to finish up only 2 days before it.
That's correct. Probably the biggest trialling year ever to be in this country. The International, as you say, ends on Sunday, and then we're also actually sharing the grandstands with the International, so they'll be hot-footing it up the road Sunday night, Monday morning, and it'll be chaos here on Monday morning, but we're no doubt everything's going to be ready for kick-off on Wednesday. Yeah, really looking forward to it, and the excitement is starting to build now. The committee is so on for making this one of the best, and again, with the landowner we have here at Guildhall, with him and his support network behind us, we have no doubt it's going to be absolutely amazing event.
How many dogs are going to be in this event?
A lot more than last time, Paddy. We had 60 single competitors last time. It's on a different level altogether, 240 dogs coming from 30 plus countries. Obviously qualifying is taking place at the moment for a lot of countries, and they'll be selecting their best team to come here. But yeah, 4-day event, 240 of the best dogs from every corner of the globe.
I was never at a World Trial before. How does it even, what's the system? How do you fine tune out that top dog?
Yeah, well, for the first 2 days we have 3 qualifying fields going. There's going to be 40 dogs compete in each field, and they will produce dogs to go through to the semi-final, which will take place on Friday. And then ultimately from that semi-final we're going to have the best dogs going through to the final, run over the same course pretty much that was the 2018 Supreme Final course.
Yeah, so tell me now, how many dogs will be selected out of the 3 fields to go forward to the semi-final?
My understanding is it's 7 from each field, so ultimately we're going to have 42 dogs go through to a semi-final. I think it's 16, but again, those numbers have to be confirmed by the ISDS ruling council.
So we know that Frankie's sheep are going to be in the semi-final and the final. What kind of sheep can competitors expect to meet here at Guildhall?
Well, we're all hoping to have the same type of sheep for all the qualifying fields. So we're looking at the blackies ultimately, which Frankie provided before. So we want everyone competing on a level keel right the whole way through the event, so no one can say they were running on different sheep than possibly others were running. That ultimately will be blackies in the semi-final.
What advice have you for any continentals or anyone coming over on blackies? Like what way do you work blackies?
I don't know. I think you had to be a wee step ahead. They're a wee bit like swales. You trade them easy. You'll not shove them into the pen anyway. You have to wait on them. And if you wait on them, they're good. But if they take off, there's nothing you can do. But as a rule, they're a respected dog. They'll not be fighting or stomping feet, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're tricky to keep in the ring and things like that.
They're clever sort of ladies, aren't they?
They are. They're quite clever.
Paddy, we are literally going to take competitors from every corner of the world. The ISDS is going through the process at the moment of identifying the countries that are interested in coming, but we definitely do expect 30 plus countries. We're going to have people from America, Canada, Germany, Iceland, Brazil was represented last time around as well, but of course we have Finland. Oh crikey, they're coming from everywhere, Paddy, and of course there's loads of other countries that are showing an interest in it as well.
And I heard you talking about a young handlers competition. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, the last time the guys in Holland kicked off the young handlers competition, and we want to really build on that as well. So we are going to have a young handlers competition. It was so exciting for me as Irish national president the last time around to be involved very much with the judging and the organising of the trials. Last time Eric and Albert done an amazing job hosting the World Trial, and we're trying to build on what they did. So they've done a brilliant young handlers competition, and we're going to try and do the same, Paddy. We want the young handlers to come here, enjoy it, and of course in a few years time we want to see them progress into the seniors competitions as well.
So did you judge one in the last World Trial in Holland?
No, I judged the qualifying in Tullamore in 2005. I judged, I think it was the one of the qualifyings in the young handlers in Holland.
Who were you with? Colin Gordon? Alf Kime, no?
Alf Kime, me and Alf, yeah, we judged the qualifying in 2005.
And how many judges are you going to need for this one?
11.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And where do you draw them from?
Well, again, that's ISDS will be picking those, but generally in the past the qualifying has been won from from the home nation for each of the qualifying feeds, and then the other home nations provide a second judge, and then semi-final and final they bring in judges from the home nations plus I think one European the last time. So for the final or semi-final and final, we're going to have 5 judges that are hopefully going to agree on a superb winner. Already the local tourism has benefited greatly. We have a number of hotels that are completely jammed up pretty much 14 months in advance of the event, and I would certainly encourage everyone, if they're coming here, get your bookings in quick, because hotels are really benefiting off this, and there's some really good areas to visit whilst here as well, because the international ends on Sunday. There's going to be 2 days in between, and certainly I would encourage everyone to take in the local sites, the tourism which this beautiful part of the world has to offer as well.
And how far are we from Belfast then?
Really brilliant, Paddy, because Belfast's half an hour from here. Dublin is just over an hour as well. So for international travellers flying in, again, we're perfectly located for coming, whether it's boat into Belfast, boat into Dublin. It's a must. This is an ideal opportunity to spend a wonderful holiday, taking 2 of the biggest events in the world next year. It's not to be missed, Paddy.
How far are we from the international? When the international is finished, what's the distance between here and there?
I would imagine you're probably looking about an hour and a half, hour and 3/4, and it's motorway driving most of the way, so it'll not take you too long.
You get to see the best of the Garden of Ireland. And where are we here? County Down?
This is County Down, yeah. This is Guildhall, which is close to Dromore, County Down. Yeah, Paddy, as I said earlier, this is a massive amount of work, and we only have a short time to do it. But as I say, the committee the last time around was amazing. We hosted a brilliant 2018 International. Some said it was one of the best ever. We want to build on that, and as I say, Bill and James Porter are going to play their part as well. We're going to welcome everyone from all over the world, and we want everyone going away with a real feel-good factor of what we are about, what we can do, and literally to fall in love with sheepdog trialing again.